Hi.
I've been called by a teacher. She said she can't even reach because it's so far. You've been talking with your fists.
Can you hear me, Kate?
I certainly can.
Oh, perfect. All right. Excellent.
Gotta believe something fast. Don't make sense. You go, sunny blue.
All right. Hi everyone. Welcome to Raw Impact Online Yoga and Wellness. I'm Elise from Red Dirt Yoga. This will be a 45-minute Hatha Flow. If you have any restrictions in movement, any injuries, are pregnant or are tight in any areas, please listen to your body and just go as far as it will allow you to go. Today we will be looking at gratitude, adding in a little area where we will focus on gratitude, something that you're grateful for, something that you're thankful for. Could be to do with you and your body. It could be something in your world around you. And we will get started today in child's pose. So coming down onto all fours, knees as wide as the mat, big toes to touch, sinking the bottom back towards the heels, arms reaching out in front. So arms are either nice and active if you want it a little bit stronger, otherwise just resting the head down on the floor, relaxing the arms if you want to. Really using that breath to sink the bottom towards the heels and relax down into your mat. Taking a few nice deep inhales through the nose and some open mouth sighs to exhale the breath out. Inhale through the nose, nice and deep, feel the belly. And as you exhale, open the mouth and sigh it out. Again, inhale through the nose. Exhale, open the mouth and sigh it out. Just thinking about something that you are grateful in your life, whether it be something to do with your body and yourself, or it might be someone that you're grateful for or something that you're grateful for. We will reflect back on this throughout the class. Just picking one thing for you to carry with you. A little excerpt from the Art of Gratitude by Meredith Gaston. The art of gratitude is about loving life and living in joyous acknowledgement of ourselves, each other, and our world. Living gratefully allows us to draw strength and inspiration from all the riches, pleasures, and possibilities in our daily lives and multiplies our joy. Gratitude supports and energizes our minds and bodies as we live our dreams to help us to gain valuable perspective in any moment. So something that you might be grateful for is the way your legs can carry your body, or your beautiful belly from growing a child. Maybe it's your arms that can give the best hugs. Maybe it's the people around you that you're grateful for. Just one thing that you can reflect back to during our class. Take a nice deep inhale, feel the belly. As you exhale, sink the bottom a little closer to those heels. Really letting everything become heavy. Arriving on your mat. Maybe you are grateful for making this time just for yourself today. Take one more breath here. As you exhale, coming up into our tabletop position, shoulders stacked over the wrists, hips stacked over the knees, making sure we're not rounding through the shoulders, but really pressing into those hands, creating lots of strength through the arms and through the shoulders. We're going to ground down through the left hand, opening that right arm all the way up to the sky. Gaze lifts if that feels okay. Threading that needle underneath the left armpit. Head resting down to the floor, shoulder reaching for the mat. Taking a couple of breaths here. Inhale and exhale through the nose. Stay for the next exhale. And as you inhale, lifting that arm all the way up to the sky, planting that right hand down to the floor. Taking one cat-cow here. So inhale, lift the head, lift the tailbone, drop the belly. Exhale, pull the belly in, drop the neck, tuck the tailbone. Finding our neutral spine once again. Grounding down through the right hand, lifting up that left hand all the way to the sky. Exhaling it underneath the right armpit for our thread the needle on the opposite side. Closing down those eyes if that feels okay. Remembering what you have got gratitude for today. What are you thankful for? Stay for the next exhale. When you're ready, inhaling that left hand all the way back up to the sky. Gaze lifts if that feels okay. Exhale, hand back down to the mat. Setting our tabletop back up. Inhale, drop the belly for cow. Exhale, tuck the belly in, tuck the head for cat. Inhale, drop the belly for cow. Exhale, tuck the belly in, tuck the head. Running through two more cat-cows there on your own. Creating some movement. Awakening up the spine. When you're ready, finding stillness. Coming into our puppy dog pose, hands coming a few handprints out in front, hips stay stacked over those knees, sending that chest down towards the floor. If you've got a block, using it under your forehead if you need to, otherwise resting the forehead down onto your mat. Those arms stay active, pressing into the palms, feet pressing into the floor. Stay here for one more breath. And as you inhale, coming all the way back up to our tabletop. Giving those hips a nice sway from side to side. Warming them up. When you're ready, finding stillness. Hands come a handprint out in front. Tuck the toes coming into our first downward facing dog. Lifting those hips high to the sky. Keeping a nice bend in the knees if you need to. And reaching those heels down towards the mat. Maybe pedaling one knee, pedaling the other, walking out that dog. Shoulders coming away from the ears. When you're ready, finding stillness. Inhale, coming onto the balls of the feet, gazing forward, tiptoeing our feet all the way to the front of our mat. Forward, folding over those knees. Again, bending through those knees if you need to. Straightening if that feels better for you. Whatever works for your body today. Hanging heavy through the upper body. Maybe closing down the eyes to remember what you are grateful for. As you inhale, lifting up for a halfway lift, hands to shins or to the floor, whichever your body feels good with. Exhale, forward folding. Inhaling one vertebrae at a time, all the way to the top of your mat. Shoulder roll at the top, open those arms all the way to the sky, open the heart, hands come together, down to our heart center. Close down the eyes, find that breath, in and out through the nose. Opening the eyes, inhaling the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhaling, hands through heart center, forward folding from the hips. Inhale for a halfway lift, hands to the shins or to the floor. Exhale, bend through those knees, stepping back to our downward facing dog. Pedal out those knees if you need to. When you're ready, finding stillness. As you inhale, inhaling those hands all the way back to our feet. Forward folding over those legs. Grabbing opposite elbows for our ragdoll. Swaying from side to side. Warming up the body. Bringing our mind to the mat. Maybe having gratitude to yourself for being here today. When you're ready, finding stillness. Hands come back to the mat. Coming back to meet you in downward facing dog. Stay for a breath here. In and out through the nose. On your next inhale, knees coming to the floor, just working through a little flow. Knees come to the floor, untuck the toes, coming back to closed-legged child's pose. Stay here for one breath. When you're ready, inhaling all the way back up to downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lifting the tailbone high to the sky. Inhale, knees come back to the mat, untuck those toes, exhale, closed-legged child's pose. Inhale, coming back through tabletop, lift those hips high to the sky. Keep those shoulders coming away from the ears, heels reaching for the mat. One more time, running through that little flow with your own breath. Inhale, knees to the floor. Untuck the toes, exhale, child's pose. Inhale back up through tabletop, tuck the toes, send the hips high to the sky for downward facing dog. Stay here for one nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, knees come wide as your mat, big toes to touch, sinking back into our child's pose. Maybe noticing the difference in your body and how open it is this time round compared to when we first started our practice in child's pose. Head resting on the floor. With each exhale, sending those hips further towards the heels. Keep the breath nice and steady. Maybe coming back to that one thought from the start of our practice. I am strong. I am able. I am grateful for my family. Stay for one more inhale. And the exhale, and when you're ready, inhaling back up, tucking the toes, coming back to downward facing dog. Inhaling right leg high to the sky. Exhale, gazing forward, stepping that foot between the hands, lower the back knee down to the floor, coming in to our low crescent lunge. Hands reaching for the sky, crown of the head reaching for the sky. The front knee is stacked over the ankle. Gaze is steady. Breath is steady. In and out through the nose. When you're ready, hands come down to the mat, framing the front foot. Stepping that right foot to the outside of the right hand for our low lizard lunge. Opening that knee out to the side, coming onto the knife edge of that foot. When you're ready, maybe finding stillness, grounding down through the left hand. Opening that right hand out to the back of your mat, tucking that back foot up, bending through the knee, finding our bind. Being mindful of the hips in the lower back. Finding what feels good for you today. Open that heart, open the hips. Breathe out the tension. Stay for the inhale. As you exhale, let go of that foot gracefully or ungracefully, returning it to the floor. Coming back onto both hands, bringing the foot back in between the hands, lifting up for our runner's lunge. Stepping the right foot back to meet the left into our downward facing dog. Pedal out those knees if you need. Find the steadiness of the breath. When you're ready, finding stillness. Let the head and the neck hang heavy. Unravel the ears and the shoulders. When you're ready, moving into the opposite side. Inhale, left leg high to the sky, gazing forward. Footsteps between the hands coming down onto the back knee, untucking the toes, coming up for our low lunge. Inhale, hands all the way to the sky, lifting through the crown of the head, lengthening through the spine, sinking into those hips with every exhale a little further. When you're ready, hands come to the mat. Heel toe that foot into the outside of the left hand for our low runner's lunge. So if that's enough for you, staying here. If you want a little more, open onto the knife edge of that foot, pushing that knee out towards the side of your mat. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Use the exhale to sink a little lower if you can. When you're ready, if you want to, putting the weight onto the right hand, that left hand windmills open to the back of the mat, bend through that knee, grabbing hold of that foot, ankle, wherever you can, coming into our bind. That's too much on the neck to look back, simply looking down at the floor. Embrace the wobbles. When you're ready, letting go of that bind. Hand comes back down to the mat, bringing that foot onto the inside of those hands, lifting through the back knee, stepping back to our downward facing dog. Finding the breath. Take a nice deep inhale. Open the mouth and side out. Again, take a nice deep inhale. Open the mouth and side out. Make that nice and audible. One more time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, open mouth, side. When you're ready, coming onto the balls of our feet. Looking forward, tiptoeing into our Malasana Squat. Feet come wide, toes pointing out on a 45-degree angle. Sinking those hips down as best you can. If you have a block and you can't get all the way down, maybe sitting underneath the bottom to lean on. Otherwise, finding your feet's position, sinking those hips all the way down as far as they want to go. Elbows are pressing into the creases of the knees. Adding a little sway from side to side if that feels okay. Closing down the eyes if you want. Remembering your little thought from the start of our practice. What have you got gratitude for today? When you're ready, right hand plants to the floor. Left arm opens up all the way to high to the sky. Keeping the integrity of the knees and the hips. When you're ready, exhaling, left hand down, planting it to the floor. Inhale, twisting that right arm open. Hands both come back to heart center. When you're ready, hands plant to the floor. Inhale those hips all the way to the sky. Heel toe those feet out wide. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale forward, folding over those legs for our wide-legged forward fold. Hands grounding onto the mat if you wish. Maybe walking them to the back of your mat if you can. Maybe resting them on the outsides of your legs. Maybe hanging in ragdoll. Whatever feels good for you right in this moment. When you're ready, inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Left hand comes to the outside of the right foot or the right calf, somewhere that you can grab on the left leg or close as you can get to it. Inhale the right arm all the way up to the sky for a twist. Stay for one more inhale. And as you exhale, Walking those hands to the opposite side, grabbing hold of the foot, the calf muscle, wherever you can get. Inhaling that left hand high to the sky. Be mindful of the lower back, keeping the core locked on. Stay for one more inhale. And as you exhale, hands come to the floor, forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. Hands come to the hips, small bend in the knees, hinging from the hips all the way back up. Heel toe the feet back into the center. Inhale, arms all the way overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Closing down the eyes if that feels okay. Grounding down through both feet. When you're ready, open the eyes. Coming up into our tree pose, please feel free if you know where you're going to go there straight away. Otherwise, first variation is toe to the floor, heel to the ankle. Second is foot to the calf. Please try not to let it rest on your knee because you don't want to hurt the knee. Foot to the calf, full tree pose variation is our foot up into the green. Hands come wide, open the heart, gazing out in front. Embrace the wobbles, embrace the shakes. If you're finding the balance hard, finding one spot somewhere out in front that you can gaze at. Grow your branches however you feel. Embrace the wobbles, embrace the burn. Finding balance. Stay for one more inhale. As you exhale, hands come to heart center. Bringing that foot back down to the floor. Walk the legs out. Give them a shake. Wake that right leg back up again. Coming on to the left-hand side. So all the weight comes in to the left leg, rounding down through all points of that foot. Again, our variations. Toe to the floor, heel to the ankle, foot to the calf, or grabbing that foot all the way up into the groin. Finding your balance. Hands come to heart. Grow your branches. Reverse Namaste. Wherever you want those hands to be today. Trying to keep that knee out wide, those hips square. Challenge that balance. Embrace the wobbles. Embrace the burn. When you're ready, unravel those hands wherever they were, bringing them to our heart center. Dropping that foot down to the floor, pedaling out the feet, bringing some movement back into both feet, both legs. When you're ready, coming to the top of our mat, inhale, hands all the way overhead. Exhale, hands through heart center. One last forward fold of our practice. Inhale for a halfway lift. Hands to the shins or to the floor. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping back to our plank, lowering the knees, coming back into our hero's pose. Hands to heart center. Close down the eyes. When you're ready, hands come out in front, tucking those toes underneath so that you've got your toes tucked, sitting back on those heels. We don't always give a lot of love to our toes, so it's nice to really stretch them out. Can be quite uncomfortable. Try and breathe through the uncomfortableness. We won't be here for too much longer. Close down the eyes if that feels okay. Maybe counting the breath to give yourself something else to think about. Or repeating that little affirmation of gratitude. Staying here for 2 more breaths. Breathe through the intensity. Send those toes to love. When you're ready, open the eyes if that'll close. Hands come down to the mat. Untucking the toes, giving them a little pet out. Little tap to wake them back up. And when you're ready, however you get there, coming all the way down onto your back. Feet are flat on the floor, knees are bent, arms by the side. Right leg comes high to the sky, flexing the toes back towards the face, resting the ankle over the knee, opening that knee up, coming into our reverse pigeon. Hands might reach through, lifting up that foot, coming behind the thigh, or maybe grabbing around the shin. Flexing those toes back towards the knee and the face. Pulling that tailbone down into your mat at the same time as pulling the knee into the chest. Shoulders, neck, head are heavy. Close down the eyes. Stay for 1 more breath. When you're ready, planting both feet back on the floor, unravel the arms, unravel the legs. Inhale, left leg high to the sky. Exhale it over the top of that knee, opening it up for the other side. When you're ready, tucking the right knee into the chest, either grabbing behind the thigh or in front of the shin, flexing the toes, pulling the knee into the chest, at the same time pulling that tailbone down to the floor. You might even notice a little adjustment of where you can feel this, just by pulling the tailbone further towards your mat. Stay with the breath in and out the nose. Stay for 1 more breath. Exhale, both feet back to the floor. Unravel the legs, unravel the arms. Pull both knees into the chest for a nice big bear hug. Swaying from side to side if that feels okay. Tucking the head all the way up to the knees. 1 last big bear hug. And when you're ready, unraveling everything to our final resting pose, Shavasana. Legs falling heavy, feet fall to the side if that feels okay. Arms resting by your side. Maybe using a pillow or a bolster under the knees. Maybe even finding a blanket if it's cold where you are. Letting the breath settle. Quieten the mind. Let every part of your body sink into the mat. Don't forget to remove the tongue from the top of from the roof of the mouth. Relax the jaw. Relax the shoulders, the hips, the legs. Let everything fall heavy into your mat. If you have a little more time, please feel free to stay where you are. If not, bring some awareness back into the body. Take a nice deep inhale. Feel the belly, feel it rise. And exhale through the nose. Maybe give the toes a wriggle and the fingers. Bring some awareness back into the physical body. And when you're ready, rolling on to your right hand side. Stay for a moment if you need. And when you're ready, coming up to a cross-legged seated position. Hands to heart center. And just have a little quote to finish our session today. It's an attribution to William Arthur Ward. Gratitude can transform common days into thanksgivings, turn routine jobs into joy, and change ordinary opportunities into blessings. Closing down the eyes. And together we say, Namaste. Thank you for joining, everyone. I hope you enjoyed.